All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We are here, the early bird special. First person to say taxes suck in the comments wins the early bird special, ladies and gentlemen. First person to say the taxes suck. Mike McLaughlin, I don't know if you got to spell it right or not, Michael. I don't know. Oh, man, I'm telling you, all kinds of people are all over the place. All right, so we're going to give that one to Erica Wilkowitz because, Mike, you misspelled taxes. Sorry about that. Not taxis. They suck too. Taxes are awesome. Oh my goodness. All kinds of craziness going on here. Look at all this. Got all kinds of crazy. Got Tyler in the house, got Tammy Chai in the house, and Rachel's here. We got the usual suspects, Steve Kreitz, Cindy Earlys was in the house. Jason Tibbo helped us with a little sound check earlier today. We got all kinds of good stuff going on, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So let's talk. Fighting City Hall. That is the episode 213 of Talking Real Estate. We're going to talk. I get this question a lot, and Shelly will tell you. People ask me, my taxes went up, Scott, and I got to pay this much more on my payment. Watching from Larson's Bar. Very nice. Got a little, don't have too many drinks. Don't have too many drinks. But I get this all the time. I bought my house last year, 2 years ago, however many years ago, and my taxes went up a bunch. What's going on? What can I do? All that stuff. So I figured we'd do a show about it. We talk a little bit about that kind of stuff. So I can't promise you to get all the answers. I know Mike McLaughlin's going to kind of bounce in with it too a little bit. But we're going to try to give you the best answer we possibly can. So give me a hell yeah if you think that's a good thing. Get rid of taxes, get the taxes lower. Give me a hell yeah in the chat if you think we should get the taxes lower. That's what you think on your property taxes. Give me a hell yeah. Let's see what we got in the audience. We got a lively audience today. We'll see.
But does the audience want a hell yeah, or do they want
big ass water slide?
I don't know. Hell yeah, and go blue. I'm telling you. Hell yeah. There you go. Cindy says hell yeah. Zach does too. Tracy has always. He's always going to throw a big hell yeah in there. Absolutely. All right. So let's ask the first question. Let's start with the first question, guys. Do you think your home went up in value this year? Let's start with the easy stuff. Do you think your home went up in value this year? Give me something in the chat. Big ass taxes. You're damn right, Steve Kreitz. Big ass taxes. So tell me, if you think your taxes went up this year, give me a yes, no, give me a no, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you would like. Okay. Tracy says yes. Robert Gregory says, show did. I'm telling you what, Mr. Gregory, I am definitely making sure that the University of Michigan is hiring good coaches. I'm looking every day. Mike Lawson says, hell yeah. Cindy says yes. Jay says yes. Chris Bergeron says, mine did. I bet it did. I bet it did. I bet it did. I bet it did. Taxes, well, we're going to get to that in a second. We're going to get to that in a second. So the follow-up question is this, right? Oh, how'd that get in there? Holy smokes. Let me try that again. My bad. I screwed something up there, of course. So let's go with, did your property taxes go up? Did your property taxes go up this year? That's the next question. Give me a yes or a no in the chat. Did your property taxes go up? You should have your assessment by now. It should have went out maybe last month, something like that. Did your property taxes go up? Did your property taxes go up? Give me a yes or no. Trace says yes. Yep. Facebook user Mike Lawson says taxes are up. What do you think? Did your taxes go up? Did your property taxes go up? Did they go up? Tammy Chai says yes. Chris Burton says not yet, but they will. Robert says that they did. Just got assessment in the mail. I'm sure you did. Yes, on all 4 houses. Yep. Kathy says, yep, they sure did. Cindy says, didn't look. Didn't look. No, I'm not going to look at that. I don't want to think about that thing. So let's do this. Let's bring in an expert on the mortgage financial world. Okay, let's do that. Let's bring in the legend, Mike McLaughlin, to kind of give us a little tutorial. We can kind of talk him through this. Michael, can you hear me this week? You're just dicking around now.
Hey, Scott.
God dang it. I was like, son of, I'm going to kill somebody if I can't hear him this week.
Your chain is so easy to pull. It's almost,
yes, it is.
I almost can't not do it.
Hey, so real quick. So when somebody said in the chat, I'm lucky my property tax is exempt. My husband was a disabled vet. Yep, absolutely. Big Mike. See, now you're Big Mike. Now you're not Magic Mike or Mishta Mike. You're Big Mike. I'm telling you what.
Thank you for your service, for your husband's service as a disabled American veteran. Yeah, in order to meet that requirement, you have to be 100% disabled. And that means that they, not quite the ultimate sacrifice, but they were right there, weren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Michael, look at it. People are going crazy for you. Trace Schultz, give me a Mike. We got Big Mike. I mean, the man of many names. You know what I'm saying?
Big ass water slides.
Wait, let's hear it. Go ahead. Get it. Big ass water slide.
Big ass water slide.
That's fun. I just
So I
like
see you
that.
got the new intro now.
Oh yeah, so we did. Our good friend Jason Tidwell, a friend of the show, as you see on here, he's definitely dressed up a lot of our stuff. So
And
that's
you're
definitely,
gonna fix our roofs now whenever we need it, I see.
yeah, we're gonna fix it all, buddy. We're gonna take care of everything. We're gonna take care of everything. So, Michael, tell me a little bit about. Let's start with an easy thing. Well, not an easy thing, but let's start with something that people want to know about. Tell me about how much taxes can go up.
Yeah, I got it all set here, and I'm gonna use my and Mrs. McLaughlin, the beautiful Mrs. McLaughlin's home to
Okay.
show you. So I'm gonna go ahead and share that screen here.
You're international. Tidwell's calling you Miguel. Miguel. I'm telling you, you're going international, buddy.
I am. I'm international. Here we go. So here's the public record for our home here in Woodhaven. And what we're going to do is, like you were just talking about are your
Can you
taxes
zoom it in a
going
little
up?
bit? Can you zoom it?
Yeah, let me see. View. Let's see.
Zoom in because especially me, I'm getting old man eyes. That's pretty good. Oh, there you go.
Let's zoom over here. Okay. Okay. So let me go. No, that's pretty good right there.
Yep.
So you'll see 2023. This is important as well. Not really what we're talking about, but we're homesteaded, 100% homesteaded on June 1st, as we are at the end of the year. It's still our primary homestead. You can
Yep.
have one homestead exemption in the state of Michigan. And then here's what I want you to look at. Here is as of 2020. So we'll start at the bottom here. The state of Michigan says that the house, and your SEV is typically some type of a, right here, final SEV. This value,
you gotta take those initials and break those down. Come on, buddy.
yeah. Well, this value, state equalized value, is what the state says we should be taxed on for the home, the maximum that the home should be taxed on. So what that works out to is the actual value of your home is some multiplication of 2 to 3 times that. Perhaps sometimes it can be even more than that in a quickly appreciating market. But I would say it's somewhere between 2 and 3 times is reasonable, maybe 2.5 at this current time. So you'll see here every year, 2021, it goes up from 116.3 to 127.5 to 135.5. And what this says is this increase is also capped. 116,300 is capped at maybe this amount isn't capped. It's the next one that's capped. So this just is a reflection of what the state says the house is worth. 2021, 2022, 2020 and then as we go up, we'll get to 2023's numbers. So you'll see up here, the state now says the house is worth some type of a multiplication of 152,500. Steadily going up every year.
What was the number before that? Last year's?
Last year it was 135.5, and then it went to 152.5. Now, this is an important thing, but the most important thing to me is what I'm paying taxes on, which is this next column here. You'll see in 2020, I was paying taxes on 83 and some change, and then it went to 84, and then to 87. And you'll see now for 2023, it went to 91,371. Now, this is, like I said, the important one because it's what you're paying taxes on. And this is allowed to go up at the rate of inflation or 5%, whichever is less. So in this case, if you take, and I actually have the calculator here, if you take what my last year's taxable was, 87,020, 87020, and I multiply it by 1.05, that is 91,371, or exactly what my new taxable value is. So because homes appreciated at the rate of inflation and the rate of appreciation for the homes was greater than 5%, I got hit with the full 5% increase on my taxable value. Now, so this just kind of shows you the relationship between what the state says the house is worth, which is the assessed value, and what I'm paying taxes on, which is the taxable value. Now, as
Mike, help me understand this. So, why is there 60 grand difference? Explain that to folks.
Yeah. So the longer you own your home, So when somebody purchases a home, the assessed value it stays, it's got its number, it's got where it's at. It's going to go up a little bit every year based upon inflation and depreciation. Well, what happens is when I sell the home, the taxable value is going to become uncapped and made equal to the assessed value or the state equalized value. You can use those two terms synonymously.
So if you sold your house, okay, right
Yeah.
now, we
The
bought it.
the
That
next
person's
person,
paying taxes on 152.
they're going to hop up to that 152.5, and then they will also be limited to that 5% maximum increase per year, even though the appreciation of the home from year to year, 2020, 2021, 2022, that's been closer to a 10% appreciation on the home value. So you're spared this larger tax increase. And from year to year once you own the home, but once you purchase the home, you're gonna become uncapped. And this is when you're purchasing a home, you really got to rely on your real estate agent and your mortgage person to give you the straight facts about, hey, this is what your payment is going to be when you buy this house, but next year your payment is going to go to this, and then it still will increase year to year, but only at a moderate rate after that first adjustment. So to give you guys an idea, to go one step further, you'll see that, let me get to the right page here. Got to come over one here.
Tracy's asking where you got this from. You get it from public records?
This is a website called BSA. What I'll do is I'll hop in after this and I'll put a link to it into the comments of the video so that you can check it out. If you own your home, sometimes you can get the information for free. You just have to put in the address and boom, there it is. But if you're the homeowner, even if they have a service that they charge for, they give you the ability to register and so that you can access your own information for free.
Michael, we're going to make it easier. If they just ask me, I can get it for them for free.
Okay, so you're going to take care of the link for BSA.
If
you look at the tax information,
if they just tell me to give them their address, I can look it up and be fast for them. You know what I mean?
Sure. So if you look at what my taxes were here, you'll see that my 2023 winter taxes were $541. Those are what we call the county taxes. And you'll see that those taxes consist of these different items here, right? The parks, the jail, the county, the zoo authority, the Detroit Institute of Art, the Brownstown Creek. So they have all these things here and they add up to 541.
Paying for the creek? What the heck?
A little bit. I got to pay a little bit for the creek, but that's where all the crawdads are. And when I want some crawdads, I know where to go.
That's good.
Remember going to the Ecorse Creek and picking crawdads out, Scott?
Oh, yeah. I do.
Over there by 7-Eleven.
You got
it. So if you look at the 2020, so here's kind of obviously the much bigger ones, right? We're going to look at the summer taxes, which are the city taxes. And you'll see that breakdown is much more. Look at the city operating expense, $1,600. City debt, so that's like municipal bond paybacks. Rubbish for picking up your garbage. Street improvement. The Gibraltar School Districts for paying the previous debt. So anyways, there's a lot of stuff in here. But the gist is, one you want to look at is this one right here. Gibraltar School District operating. We've talked about what it means to have a homesteaded property. So when you say, hey, this is my homestead, this is where I live, you get reduced taxes over Joe Blow who's got a rental property. And this right here is what you're being reduced by. You'll see it shows 18 mills being charged for Gibraltar School District operating expense, but yet I'm paying $0. That is my homestead exemption. That's where it's reflected that I'm getting that break for the homestead exemption.
The school district operating costs, yeah.
So you can see 18 mills is $1,600. So if this was not my homestead, I would pay roughly $1,600 more in property taxes to Woodhaven for it.
Yep.
So getting to the long and short of it, you'll see I'm paying, let me close these up real quick. I don't want to bury everyone in so much knowledge, but one more thing I want to show.
Yep.
Like I said, my taxes, $541 for winter, which is the county, $42.93 for summer. So roughly a little bit over 4,800 per year. Now,
Yeah, way better taxes than I do, buddy. Gee,
well, but here's the kicker, right? You just bought your house last year, and since ours was on a family sale, we've technically had this one under ownership since prior to I think 97. So we're getting a nice break because the family has owned this house for a long time. If you buy a house from your family member, you don't have to have that uncap if you buy it from your parents. So you don't have to get that uncapping, but you'll want to look into it. Cousins won't be treated the same, siblings won't be treated the same. So you got to make sure you know what your rights are, and Scott and I will help you with that. But
absolutely.
so if somebody bought my house, they would no longer have this great benefit of only paying taxes on 91,000 like I do. They would be uncapped to this 152. Now we know that I pay taxes, we just said a little bit over 4,800 a year.
Yep.
So I'm going to take you over to this other website, which is a Michigan website for a property tax estimator. I've already pre-populated Wayne County and Woodhaven with Gibraltar school districts. And when I put enter, now I get to tell them that number, which was what, 152.5.
Yep.
So 152,500. If somebody bought my house today, their taxes would go from 4,800 to 8,064.
Yeah.
Right here.
Still,
And if it was a non-homestead, they have to pay that additional 18 mils. That would put them at $10,800.
Yep.
So there is a benefit, to keeping those taxes locked down and maybe doing a family transfer, take care of one of your kids. If you got to sell your primary residence, sell it to your kids, and then they can keep that lower tax rate. But this is one of the kind of negatives of having such a market that the property values are appreciating so well. And if rents weren't so expensive, maybe you could have an argument to say that it might be better to rent, but still there's, at a $150,000 house, it's still $400 a month cheaper to buy that house than it is to rent it.
100%. Oh yeah, Michael.
So hopefully we didn't drop too much knowledge. I know people are eating their dinner or watching the news and paying attention to this. So if you need, do you still have to pay property gains taxes? Well, that's a different topic. What you're speaking of, if you sell your house after you've lived in it and you make so much money on it, you would have to pay capital gains on the amount of money that you make. Oh, if you sell to your kids. Well, typically, if you live in a house for 2 years and it's your primary home, you're exempt for up to $250,000 in for the sale of that home. So, and then plus with your kids, you also have to sell the house to your kid. Like if you give them a gift of equity, they're also exempt from. There's lifetime exemptions for gift to your children, as well as there's annual exemptions for gift to your children, as well as a lifetime exemption of multi-million, or like more than $1 million, I think.
You just came back from dinner. What'd you miss? A lot, buddy. A lot. Michael, listen. So
we were dropping lots of dimes today.
So the biggest things I would take from that, one, if you're buying a house that somebody has owned for a long time, be ready for the taxes to go up a bunch.
Right. And just realize that if you're getting the kind of service that you should from people like Scott and myself, that we're telling you, hey, when you buy this house, this is what your payment is going in. Before you make an offer, as you're making an offer, hey, this is what your payment's going to be. This is what your payment's going to be starting off. And this is what it's going to be after your taxes adjust. Yep. Because knowledge is power. And you got to stay away from those people that just want to give you the mushroom treatment, keep you in the dark, and feed you, you know what.
Give me the mushroom tree, Valley. I was thinking of something else, but I'm the mushroom tree. What?
Keep you in the dark and feed you.
Family show, buddy. It's a family show. Be careful. All right, guys, give me a little Mike. I get a chat. This guy was dropping it like it was hot today. Give me a little Mike in a chat. Give me a little.
You guys may want to go back and rewatch this and take some notes because there's some knowledge. No. Study for next year.
I'm telling you. Come on, folks. Give me a little Mike in the chat. We got to give him a good send off because this guy was making it go today. Jason Tidwell, give me some Mike. Who else has got it for me? Mike. Steve Kreitz in the house. Michael, listen, I know you're probably going to, your head's going to explode in a second for all that knowledge you're dropping. But we will talk to you next week, sir. Okay?
You got it, Scott. Everyone have a great week. And it was great being here with you.
See you, bud. Man, that guy, he goes deep. He makes it happen. I'm telling you, knowledge is power. Absolutely. So let me ask that third question, guys. Where the heck I get the old questions in them? That's a weird thing today. Let me see if I can find it. Hang on. The third question for you was, can you fight your taxes going up? So this is the call that I get. I get the call around this time. I bought my house last year or 2 years ago. Can I fight my taxes? And the answer is yes. The answer is you can. And I have been successful getting people's taxes lowered. Okay. I have been successful getting people's taxes lowered. So let's jump into that. Let's jump into that for the deep dive. Let's jump into that for the deep dive as far as getting your taxes lowered. Getting your taxes lowered. Fighting City Hall. Fighting City Hall. Okay. Here's the things you got to do to make this happen. I'm not going to give you a whole bunch of crazy stuff, but I'm just going to give you a couple things. One, you got to find, first of all, comparables that show your house is not worth as much as they think it is. Now, understand a city assessor is walking around and just, spitballing stuff. He's not coming in your house. He's not looking at he's not looking at the quality. He's not looking at the condition, none of those things. A lot of the information he has is wrong. Okay. Whether you added things or took things out or whatever. So that's one. And that guy's doing that a ton. He's doing it over and over and over again through different houses. I had a client in Dearborn just this past year on Beach Street. They had a 2-bedroom and it said they had 3, right? So all of a sudden the value was way different. That guy was paying taxes on that for like 10 years before, 10, 12 years before he sold it. So it can be done. Now, so you reach out to me and you say, okay, Scott, I want to fight these taxes. What do I do? I say, okay, give me your address. Let me see what the state equalized value is, like Mike was saying, right? And then I try to find comparables that show a lesser value. Okay. Not being dishonest. I'm just giving you comparables that show a lesser value. Could there be ones that support higher value? Sure. I'm giving you ones that has lesser value. That's one. Two, you have to make some kind of a formal, there's a form for it, or a formal um, request to have a hearing. They do hearings probably this month in March, usually it's the middle of March. Okay. Actually, Don was on the assessment board in Allen Park. So that's the second thing. You got to make some kind of a formal appointment to be heard in an assessor board. So you go in front of this group of people and you say, here's the values that I have, can there you go. So instructions and deadlines for property tax disputes are on the bottom of the assessment form. Sure. Right. And then you actually go to the assessment meeting. Steve Berge in the house. Wow, that's a guy I haven't talked to in a while, buddy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Now, I am more than happy to go with folks and be there with you and kind of walk the assessor through this. I've done it before. Now I can't be every place at once, but if you need my help, as you know, I'm always here. I'll tell you a quick story. I had a guy that bought a home in Gibraltar, and it was a rectory for a church, and the church became a community center and was sold off, but he was still paying taxes on the rectory and the actual house and the church next to him. So I went to the assessor, and it's pretty simple. I said, look, you're charging this guy this much taxes for property he doesn't even own, right? So, and we got those lowered pretty easy. But it's not rocket science. Now, can they say no, or they can dispute it? Sure they can. They could say, well, you're just, cherry picking or whatever. But again, I'm a real estate professional. I do this every single day. So I would have great guy. You're right. No kidding. I would have no problem telling a city assessor board, say, hey, look, I do this all the time. I figure out values all the time. I don't know what you guys were doing. So those are the steps, guys. You reach out to us. We get you some comparables that show a lower value. Now, here's what you can't do. Okay. Can't buy your house at a certain price and just go, well, I bought it at this price last month or this past, 2 months ago. And now and show me all these lesser comparables. Because they're going to go, well, what'd you buy it at? I want you to buy a rental because rentals at church, higher tax rate. So you get them, get a homestead, got to get a homestead on there. Sure. Absolutely. All right. So let's go to the second most coveted part of the show. It is called This or That, ladies and gentlemen. This or that, 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 this or that. All right, so let me see why that didn't come up right. Hang on a second, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on 1 second. As always, we're dealing with all kinds of fun technical stuff all the time. I know I created a new this or that for today. There it is. Went to the old stuff. And give me another this or that. Let's see. Give me another this or that. Miss Shelley, please. This or that. This or that. This or that. All right. So, do you want your taxes capped or uncapped? Put it in the chat. Do you want them capped or uncapped? Put it in the chat, please. You want your taxes capped or uncapped? What would you like? Put it in the chat. Let's see what our audience is. They've been listening. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. That's fun. This or that. This or that. Chris Bergeron says capped. Caddy says capped. Cindy says capped. Facebook user says capped. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Janine McKay says capped. This or that. This or that. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think, guys? Capped or uncapped? Capped or uncapped? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Steve Kreitz says capped. Rose says capped. Mike Lawson says capped. Yeah, definitely, guys. We're going with capped on that one, Shelly. We're going on capped on that one. Number 2. Property taxes up or down? Are your property taxes up or down? Put it in the chat. Up or down? This or that. This or that. Put a capped here.
I'm gonna show 'em that one.
This or that. This or that. Chris says up. Cindy says up. Tracy says up. Don't wake me up, 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 up. No? No, I wasn't doing big ass up. Yeah, we're going up on that, Shell. We're going up on that too. Last one, last one, last one. Ours are up. I'm sure they are, Kath. Here, last one. Here we go. So what are you going with? Are you fighting it or paying it? You fighting it or paying it? Which one? Fighting it or paying it? Let's see. See how tough our audience is today. This or that. This or that. Are you fighting it or paying it? Fighting it or paying it? Put it in the chat, please. Put it in the chat. Just pay it, Chris Bergeron says. Uh-huh. Moneybags Chris Bergeron says just pay it. Trey says pay. Huh? Yeah, no kidding. Cindy Rose says just pay it. Janine McKay says fight it. Chris Wojcinski says fight it. I'm tired of fighting, Kathy Cordy says. Just pay it. This or that. This or that. Just paying. All right. So everybody's paying. I mean, pretty much. Guys, if you just in all seriousness, though, in all seriousness, if you would like to fight your taxes, just reach out to us. We fought it and won. I fought the law and the law won. Yeah, that's all you got to do is gotta work to fight your taxes. So if you would like to fight it, reach out to us. And I'll definitely furnish you with some comparables, things like that. I'm a lover, not a fighter. That's pretty good. The city taxes are more in most cities. Yeah, I got you. I got you. All right. Now we're coming to the most watched possible part of the show. What realtors see? What realtors see? We'll throw in a quick big ass water slide. Throw that in real quick. All right. So what realtors see, if you haven't been here before, and you don't know what realtors see is, we post ridiculous pictures that we see of things that we see or that people have shown us in the past. Your job is to caption it. You have a chance to win millions of dollars on a scratch-off ticket, courtesy of Talking Real Estate and the Bergeron team. Here we go. What realtors see? Number 1. What realtors see? Number 1. Saw this out. This is an outdoors picture. The backyard. I'll make it big for you so you can see it. I think I can. Move that microphone for me. I can't see it. Thank you. There you go. What realtors see? Number 1. Put your answer in the chat. Put your answer in the chat. You could be the winner of millions of dollars on a scratch-off ticket, courtesy of Talking Real Estate and the Bergeron team. Let's see what we got. What do you think? What do you think? We walked in somebody's backyard and this is what we saw. Walked in somebody's backyard and this is what we saw. Put your best caption in the chat, please. Posto's my neighbor. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Ninja Turtle hangout, yeah? I got my fence and that guy working out. That's pretty good. Oh, that's pretty funny. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Those are weights. If you couldn't tell, those are plastic weights. Flying sausage, just enough for a little dog to crawl through. Yeah, that's true. Shim to win. That's right. Oh, Mr. Wilson. It's a neighbor from Home Improvement. Yeah, it probably is the neighbor from Home Improvement, really. I'm too old to lift weights now. Might as well just use that for something. That's pretty good. That's a good one. Guys, you got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We can wish you the north. It's a good place to live. 3, 2, 1. And the winner is. I dropped my fence on that guy working out. It's absolutely correct. Drop your fence on the guy working out. Number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Number 2. That's what we saw with a gentleman who got an offer accepted this week. An offer accepted this week. Here we go. Blow it up a little bit, make it a little bigger for you. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. And there it is. What realtor C number 2? What realtor C number 2? Chance to win millions of dollars on a scratch off ticket.
Tyler. Oh.
That's my voice up there for a second. Single man's hangout. One night stand. That's pretty good. This guy's best guys. That's funny. A table for anything. Single man's hangout. It's hammer time. Honest, I secured it myself. That's pretty funny. Guys, got 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Again, chance to win millions of dollars on a scratch out ticket, courtesy of Talking Real Estate and the Bergeron team. Got about 30 seconds. About 30 seconds. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? What do you think? All right, 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the winner is Rachel Garrett with One Night Stand. One Night Stand. That's a good one. Let's see. Go back. Get out of there. Almost thought I was going to screw the whole thing up there for a second. Last one, ladies and gentlemen. Last one. Last chance. This one was sent to me by someone who is on the show right now. This one was sent to me. What was on the show right now. Number 3. There it is. Number 3. What realtor C? Number 3. There it is. The last chance. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? We'll throw one in there just for good luck. Just kidding. Big ass water slide. That's fun. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? Like, that's an actual midget bathtub. Good. I like that. Closet washer. Under the counter bathtub for little people. Baby doll bath. Okay, that's not bad. Okay. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Leprechaun bathtub. Not bad. Animals House of Pain. Place to wash your yes. No. Jesus. Hairy tub, powder tub. Wash your feet. This one. Huh? Got 10. Got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the winner is Cindy Earls with Closet Washer. All right, guys. So couple more things before we go, real quick. Couple more things before we go. One is I promised you that I would do a video Monday and Friday on Facebook, a little short from something that we see. I promise you I'd give you a preview. I want to make sure I do that for you today. Here we go. Check this out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Scott Bergeron here talking real estate. Listen, if you're really, really important, a really big Lions fan, you might want this on your door. You got to announce yourself before you come into this place, right? I'm Scott, and I'm definitely talking real estate. Oh, it's always an adventure. It's always an adventure, guys. Always an adventure here talking real estate because, technology is not always our friend. Not always our friend, Shell. Not always our friend. Little pauses in between. So expect to see a Lions door knocker, definitely a Lions door knocker on the on the videos that we release on Friday morning. Okay. Definitely. Now, if you would like to share this QR code for our Talking Real Estate group, how many people got in the group now, dear?
1175.
1175. So almost 1,200 people. So if you want to share this out to people, if you want to share it out, someone call an IT professional.
He already left.
He already left. He has too many hours on the clock. So he had already leave. So our Talking Real Estate Facebook group, Shelly is in charge of that. She puts all kinds of great content out, and we make it as fun as we possibly can for you. Have contests, all kinds of good stuff. So if you have a chance to share our QR code, please do that. Please do that. We always go and do a little after show for a few minutes in the Talking Real Estate group. So definitely be that. And you are in the group. You are a group all to yourself, Steve. You are a group all to yourself. So for the normal folks that don't want to go back and watch the after show, I'm Scott.
I'm Shelly.
And we're definitely talking real estate. See ya.